I think we're rather blessed.
Get going and kiss it goodbye.
Glass has tipped the Pirates to the World Championship.
A tradition of great teams we love like family.
Pittsburgh is a big family. You people are just as responsible for our winning as we are.
A tradition of great moments forever etched in our memories.
This ball game was filled with drama, excitement. It had everything, and the Pirates are the world champions of 1960 on Billy Mazeroski's home run.
A tradition of great players who are heroes both on and off the field.
And what a magnificent performance from Pittsburgh's right fielder, the great Roberto Clemente.
We cherish this great history that's been handed to us.
It inspires us to help return this franchise to glory.
To share winning baseball with the great fans of Pittsburgh again.
Fans to know our future shines just as brightly as our past ever has.
Clear the deck! Cannonball coming!
Because our great players aren't just former players.
Walk it off, Andrew McCutcheon!
And we are a team that is ready to accomplish great things.
This is a titanic shot! Pedro Alvarez having a coming out party tonight!
You create plenty more memories that will last a lifetime.
A 5-hit ball game for the Pittsburgh Kid.
Our opportunity begins
With opening day.
Then the season ahead.
And a new era of great baseball.
It's a rite of passage opening day. No other sport has a day like it. Tradition passed down from generation to generation. And today, as this 2013 season opens up, a very strong feeling of optimism in the Pittsburgh Pirates clubhouse. The weather cooperating, blue skies, sunshine. That wasn't the case a little while ago. But right now, we're getting ready for game 1 of 162 in the regular season. Hi again, everybody. Along with Steve Blass, I'm Tim Neverett. Very happy you're with us on this opening day. And I asked Steve earlier how many opening days it's been for him. He said a lot.
A lot, yeah, a lot. And it never gets old. I woke up at 4:30 this morning, looked out the window. Of course, it was still dark, but old habits. Just wanting to make sure we're going to have enough weather to play this game today. And it's great. Opening day means so much to a team. It means so much to a city. And can't wait to get underway. It seems like we just were in this booth yesterday, and the sun is out. It's baseball. Spring's here.
Starts with the pitching, and for the Pirates, A.J. Burnett warming up in the bullpen to the right. Jeff Samardzija for the Cubs. He'll go, but again, it starts and ends with the pitching.
Absolutely. It's the foundation of every team, and the foundation of the pitching staff itself is the starting rotation. And we'll hope that A.J., who we didn't have for the first month of the season last year, is ready to go. His first opening day start. You might think he's a little nervous. This guy's been around a long time. He's got both feet on the ground. He's going to be just fine. This is an honor. He recognizes that. And when he gets through, when he puts the glove away and the spikes away, he'll look back at really being honored to pitch the opening game of the season.
A.J. Burnett getting ready to come out and throw the first pitch of this season. When you talk about a player to build around, the Pirates certainly have one of those. Andrew McCutcheon, a Silver Slugger winner, a Gold Glover, an All-Star. This guy did it all last year, and you think about the back-to-back months he had in June and July, absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, you talk about foundations maybe with a pitching staff, but you talk about the foundation of a baseball team. Andrew McCutcheon as it. And you hope that he just uses that foundation to take off and do greater things for a lot of years. You don't judge the whole body of work on 1 year, but boy, what a way to start establishing a body of work. Andrew McCutcheon recognized before the game today, and he is a treat to watch. He is a fun baseball player to watch. Not only good, but fun. That's a great combination.
This is a goal of every player to have one of these ceremonies on opening day when you're presented your Gold Glove and your Silver Slugger.
You know, you get paychecks and these guys make a fortune. There's no doubt about it. But those two items right there that Andrew is holding on to, those will mean a lot to him the rest of his life. It'll represent what he did last year, and he's going to have a lot more on his mantle before he gets through. There's no doubt about that.
Well, there is a buzz around this ballpark as A.J. Burnett makes his way from the bullpen to the third base dugout, moments away from A.J. and the rest of the Pirates taking the field and opening this season against the Chicago Cubs, a team in their division, a team they'll play 19 times this year.
Yep, and the Cubs are kind of in a rebuilding mode, if you will. It has a chance to be a long year for them, but it all starts right here. And A.J. Burnett has that challenge against pitching the Cubs. And one thing you want to remember about opening day in the cold, the hitters don't like it. So that makes the pitchers automatically like it. And one of the key items is to make sure you're able to grip the baseball. So they'll be allowed to go to their mouth to moisten their fingers so they can keep that grip. But that's an item you keep track of. And you like pitching because you can get in on the hands of the batters, and that really makes it a lot of fun because they don't like, there's bees in that bat in these cold April days. So you get this baseball, it can hurt anytime, but when it's cold, it hurts more, and pitchers love to pitch inside on opening day on cold April days.
And A.J. Burnett loves pitching against the Chicago Cubs. He's had great success against the Cubs, including coming 4 outs away from pitching a no-hitter against the Cubs at Wrigley Field last July 31st.
It should be a very, very good matchup as you take a look at what A.J. has done against the Cubbies, because Samardzija has been almost as good in his early career. He pitched a gem of a game against the Pirates. I talk about who's nervous. They're both nervous, but A.J. Burnett's been a long time. Samardzija was in the bullpen until last year. He became a starter, so it might be a little bit more on him to get his feet on the ground. And for that reason, I'd love to see the Pirates make him throw strikes, force him into the strike zone early in this ballgame.
Well, last July 31st, A.J. came just this close to his second career no-hitter.
He was outstanding.
Mystified the Cubs all night long, but it was Adrian Cardenas, who was just called up that day from AAA Iowa, that broke it up. He got Soriano for the final out. One hitter and a complete game shutout, his 22nd shutout.
Yeah, that was absolutely dominant, as Samardzija was in September here against the Pirates, when he showed that he could be a beast if he takes off. But A.J. Burnett, who else would you want your money on today? Opening day for A.J. And yeah, he'll be just fine.
And you see the man who'll be catching him, Russell Martin, a 3-time All-Star. He comes over like A.J. did from the New York Yankees. And Martin, a very athletic catcher. Last year, 20-plus home runs. Didn't have a tremendous batting average. Hit only .211, but he did produce offensively. Defensively, he's been outstanding. Clint Hurdle earlier today pointing out how Russell Martin's throws from behind the plate to second base, catching would-be base stealers at the end of spring training, have been right on the money. He couldn't make better throws. So defensively and in terms of game preparation, Russell Martin helping out A.J. Burnett. And here come the Bucks.
Pittsburgh Pirates take the field, and the fans are loving it. A great turnout. Shaky weather this morning, but it looks like it's going to be a good afternoon, at least getting underway. And your Pittsburgh Pirates are on the field. What a great sight. What a great, great sight at this great, great ballpark. It looks as good as ever, and it looks as good as ever seeing the Buccos take the field.
And that's a welcome sight around these parts as well. The Jolly Roger. Hopefully they'll be raising it at the end of this one today. For Dale Swaim's Chicago Cubs, David DeJesus leads off, plays center field. Starlin Castro, the all-star shortstop next. Anthony Rizzo, bright young player at first base. Alfonso Soriano led the Cubs in home runs last year with 32, but didn't hit one until the 8th of May. Nate Scherholz, he has been a Philly and a Giant, now a Cub. Wellington Castillo behind the plate. Luis Valbuena gets the start at third. Brent Lillibridge in there for the injured Darwin Barney. And the pitcher, batting ninth, Jeff Samardzija. And Dale Swaim on the left with the shades on. Former Bucco.
Yeah, Dale Swaim, good guy, stopped in the office. He's a good baseball guy, a little bit of old school, which I really like. And yeah, it could be a challenging season for him, but Dale Swaim, as far as I've known him, has never stepped away from the challenge.
A.J. Burnett last season, 16-10, the second highest win total he has had in his career. In 2008, he had 18 wins with the Blue Jays. Kept his earned run average right around 3.5, 180 strikeouts to 62 walks, so a very good strikeouts to walk ratio. And made all 31 of his starts last year, despite starting the season late after that bunting mishap in spring training 2 spring trainings ago that cost him some games at the beginning of the year. But A.J. still managed to pull off 16 victories. And in the field for the Pirates, in the outfield, making his first opening day start, Starling Marte. What an exciting player he is going to be to watch. Garrett Jones starts in right today. Alvarez, Barmes, Walker, and Sanchez, with Martin catching A.J. Burnett. And David DeJesus for the Cubs coming to the plate, getting ready to start this one, as Andrew McCutchen can't wait to get it going. Neither can Russell Martin.
Good luck. We're all counting on you.
Surely you are serious.
Indeed. Indeed. Let's get it on, as they say.
DeJesus, a .263 hitter with the Cubs a year ago. Left-handed hitting center fielder, stands in. A.J. winds in the first pitch of the season. And this is inside for ball 1, and we are underway.
And I believe it's Tom Hallion behind the plate. We'll catch up with the umpires as we get a little further along, but we are underway.
Veteran crew here this afternoon. So Burnett facing DeJesus, 1 ball and no strikes to count. That's a little bit low, 2-0.
And they're already on the home plate umpire.
Didn't take long.
It's baseball, folks. That's all part of it.
Well, Tom Hallion, we saw Tom a number of times in Florida working Grapefruit League games. 2-0 pitch to DeJesus. That is in for a called strike on the corner.
Was it Hallion that ran Russell Martin?
No, that was somebody else.
Okay. I just want to get that out of the way, so we're not going to have a...
Chad Fairchild.
That's right. Okay. Yep. Good call.
2 balls and a strike to DeJesus. Just underway. And that's strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You know, it looks so different to me. You're down in spring training, and it's fun, and it's fine, and it's sunny, and it's... But now you look down and you get the contrasts, with the stadium, of course, and the double-decker and the big lights, and it just looks so much different. I guess maybe it's just the meaning of things. Now they count. It's just a great sight after a lot of games in the Florida sun. It looks so good.
Burnett ready to go. Gets a sign from Martin. 2-2 pitch to DeJesus. Jump foul.
Puppy's barking. You bounce that ball off your shin or your foot in this cool weather.
Well, you told me as a pitcher, you love everything that hitters hate.
Oh, yeah. And
hitters hate this weather.
And and a serious thing, I think, if you acknowledge the weather, okay, it's lousy or it's cold or whatever it is, and you go about your work, you've got the advantage over somebody who says, oh, it's cold, it's miserable, I don't want to be here, let's get it over with. Acknowledge it, get on with your work.
Hey, got him looking.
That's getting on with your work.
Career strikeout 1,972 for A.J. Burnett, and that's how the season starts.
They already love A.J. Burnett here in this ballpark, in this town. And now you get a little taste of how much love there is. The only thing that jump starts a crowd more than that is your guy hitting the ball over the fence. But when you're out in the field, you start the season and you start the ball game. You strike the first guy out. Yeah, now we're underway.
Starlin Castro, the shortstop, follows this pitch back. Last year, Castro became the first Cub since Sammy Sosa in 1995 to record at least 75 runs batted in and 25 steals in the same season. He led their ball club with 51 multiple hit games. And you're looking right now at a perennial all-star.
He's a player.
0-1 pitch to Castro. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Now, he'll dress it up on occasion. I don't know if as he goes along in his real good major league career where you won't see the flashy stuff as much. I don't know if that'll happen. Maybe it will. Maybe it'll just be a trademark of the way he plays. But he plays with a lot of sparkle.
On the corner for strike 2. 36-year-old A.J. Burnett makes his home in Moncton, Maryland. A.J. had a good string last year from mid-May to early July where he won 9 straight decisions. This one in the left field and the first hit given up this year. So So Castro is aboard with a 1-out base hit on a 1-2 pitch.
Well, I talked to A.J. Burnett in spring training about getting the opening day nod, and he has been around a while, but he was very, very aware of what an honor that is, and I think he's been looking forward to this, and it is now underway.
Well, this is the future is now, Steve. So social media very heavily involved in everything we do these days, it seems. You can tweet us using the hashtag BucksBooth. Send us all of your Pirates questions, comments, and observations at hashtag BucksBooth and be part of the discussion today. 1 out and 1 on. Here's the first baseman, Anthony Rizzo. In the air to right center field and deep, and this ball is gone. A 2-run home run for Rizzo.
Way gone.
And the Cubs jump on A.J. Burnett in the top of the first inning.
And that, folks, is a monster shot on a cold April day. Almost getting over the grandstand in right center field. The big part of the ballpark.
Wow. Rizzo, who came on the scene with the Cubs last year and was National League Rookie of the Month in July, had 7 home runs that month, and he starts his season off with a long ball here.
And you get an idea of the length because Andrew McCutchen really never made a serious move toward the wall. That's when you know you got all of it. The outfielders know right away if they have no chance.
Rizzo, who makes his first opening day roster. First opening day start with Chicago. 0-1 to Soriano. That one's just past the mound. Neil Walker is there. 2 men out. Walker, the Pittsburgh native.
Just under the glove of A.J. Burnett. Almost got the backhand. Just as well to not get involved and get all tangled up. Clean, easy play for the second baseman.
Nate Scherholtz making his first start for the Cubs. He was with Philadelphia and the Giants last year. Hit .251 with San Francisco with a home run and 16 runs batted in. And in duty with the Phillies at .273. Scherholtz, member of the 2008 Olympic team, the last United States Olympic team. And he goes to left center field. That's going to drop in for a hit. Scherholtz aboard. Third hit of the inning in the top of the first off A.J. Burnett.
It's kind of a slice and dice, inside out swing, sending it out to left center field. Both teams were out yesterday taking batting practice. It was not really good baseball conditions, but they got out and got on the field, moved around, stretched a little bit. Actually, this afternoon, this early part of this afternoon is delightful. This morning, late this morning, just before noon, I didn't know if we were going to play or not. It was snowing hard.
We might have needed to call a snowplow at one point.
Really.
And the catcher, Wellington Castillo, strike one. Kind of a bizarre scene earlier today with the snow and the tarp on the field. They had the tarp on the field this morning, took it off. The Pirates actually were in the middle of batting practice when they were told they had to get off the field because the grounds crew had to put the tarp on because they were expecting this wintry mix. It turned out to be mostly snow.
It was fun for a couple minutes, and then they got into the clubhouse. Enough fun.
1-1 to Wellington Castillo. That's the attire of the day right there.
The layered look.
Castillo last year hit .195 against right-handers, but .476 against lefties. Ground ball to first. Gabby Sanchez handles it. And the Pirates will be coming to the plate for the first time this season. 2-run homer by Anthony Rizzo has the Cubs up by a pair of runs early. Tim Neverett, bottom of the first inning, 2-0 Cubs. Starling Marte leads off, then Garrett Jones in the 2 spot. Andrew McCutchen, last year an All-Star again, second time for him being an All-Star. And Pedro Alvarez will bat in the cleanup spot. Gabby Sanchez had a terrific spring. He's out there at first. Neil Walker at second, switch hitter. Russell Martin and Clint Barmas and A.J. Burnett bats 9 against Cubs right-hander Jeff Samardzija.
He's going to be interesting to watch this year because last year, his first year as a starter, there are some people that believe this young man is going to be a beast in terms of how good he can be as a starting pitcher. And showed flashes of it last year. That first year of starting, won 9 games on a Cub club that really struggled. So he's a person of interest, not only to the Cubs, but all around.
Cubs got him a couple of runs in the top of the first inning. Pirates trying to get him right back, and Starling Marte also had a very good spring. Expects to get on base for the Pirates. 1-0 pitch. It's up high, 2 balls and no strikes.
Make sure he gets strikes. He's going to be a little anxious out there, I'm sure. Everybody who pitches an opener is.
Samardzija is 28. He's from Valparaiso, Indiana. 5th round pick by the Cubs in 06. And Marte's in front, 3-0.
The Pirates have speed at the 1st and 3rd spot in the order. Not so much speed, but a lot of power in the 2nd and 4th.
There's Garrett Jones getting ready to bat the 2 spot. 3-0 pitch. And that's in there for a called strike.
Samardzija last year in 28 starts gave up 20 home runs.
A.J. Burnett after his first inning of work. And Marte fouls it back, and the count is full at 3-2.
Mr. Samardzija dealing at 94 miles an hour. That could increase a little bit as these guys get looser. You can warm up all you want on a cold day, but it's not going to be like that adrenaline running through you, and that'll usually up the ante a little bit and take you a little higher in the speed.
Pirates have a base runner as Marte reaches on a base on balls. And you might say, why is Garrett Jones in the number 2 spot in the order? Well, it's about on base percentage, and Pirates like to use OPS as well. Clint Hurdle saying earlier today that he's going to hit either 2nd or 6th for the Pirates. At least that's the plan for now, but he said you can't ignore his OPS of 888 against right-handed pitchers. So the object is to try to get as many guys on base in front of Andrew McCutchen and Pedro Alvarez as you can. So Jones batting 2nd. And the interesting thing also about Jones is he did not play right field until the very last Grapefruit League game in Tampa against the Yankees. He'd been playing first base throughout spring training.
But no stranger to right field in this ballpark.
No, he was warned or informed that he'd be out there, and he's grateful to be out there in another opening day starting lineup. Stretch in the 0-1. This one towards second base, and Lillibridge boots it, and Jones is safe.
Thank you very much. Base on balls, an error.
And Lillibridge, who's starting for Darwin Barney, who's injured. Barney placed on the disabled list earlier today with a very deep cut on his left leg. And Lillibridge thinking 2 before he had the baseball. An error charge to Lillibridge. You look on the AGH cam.
This is how you write the script in the bottom of the first inning. We want Andrew McCutchen coming up with 2 men on. Here we are.
McCutchen hit .327 last year for the Pirates, a career high 31 homers.
Look at the shift on McCutchen.
And this one tapped down to third. That's a foul ball.
Oh, you want it to be foul. Second baseman Lillibridge almost up and back of second base, maybe a step or 2 towards short.
3 infielders
Check it out.
on the left side. The Milwaukee Brewers have employed that shift every now and again. And when Dale Swaim was one of the coaches there, they did that. Darwin Barney out of Oregon State, the opening day starter last year, was injured in the final exhibition game in Houston against the Astros on Saturday. 1 ball and 1 strike to Kutch.
Now let's see how Samardzija handles a sticky situation in the opening game of the season. Any start that you get as a pitcher, you want to get out there and kind of get yourself settled in, get your feet on the ground. Love to get that first out and that sort of thing. If it doesn't happen, well, you still got to stir the soup up a little bit and see if you can get out of it. See how he handles it.
Samardzija's 1-1 to McCutchen will wait as he steps off. Marte, a base on balls. He's at second base. Jones reaching on the air by the second baseman Lillibridge. So first and second, nobody out. Bucks down 2 in the bottom of the first. Fastball inside. The Pirates will see plenty of fastballs. He does go to right field occasionally, as seen by the hits last year, but left and center dead even at 87 apiece. McCutchen can go the other way, and there's a lot of room on that side.
And you're playing your second baseman up the middle, so a lot of hits up the middle. They're not all in the air, so that could shut you up for an easy double play if he hits a ground ball towards second base.
The 2-1. And down to third. Valbuena. He goes to Lillibridge for 1. Back to first, too late. Fielder's choice from McCutchen. Jones is retired on the force out at second. So 1 out, runners at the corners for the cleanup man, Pedro Alvarez.
Right away, you want to see if you can pick up a cheap run. Just get the ball out of the infield. It's tough to go around the horn on Andrew. He just has too much speed. And they will get a lot of 5-4 double plays on that ball that was hit that sharper, but not on 22. Not on Route 22.
Alvarez is 2 for 7 against Samardzija in his career.
And Samardzija is a strikeout guy, 180 in his 174 innings, so averaging a strikeout per inning last year.
And this one fouled back. Strike 1. Pedro ended up with a career high 30 home runs a year ago, 85 runs batted in, and 244.
And this is a scenario, Tim, you're going to see a lot. Pedro Alvarez up there, he's a strikeout candidate. The pitcher knows that. Also, Pedro knows he's a free swinger. He can get you 3 quick points on 1 pitch. So you're going to find yourself with a strikeout guy with a runner on third and less than 2 outs. It's going to happen a lot during the season.
Strike called on the inner half. And now Alvarez behind in the count, 0-2.
Picked up the strike zone okay. Resources, strike zone, grid.
Runners off the corner, 1 out. Corners rather, 1 out. Go to first, and McCutchen leaning a little bit, but able to get back.
Good awareness by Samardzija because he's thinking strikeout now, and if you get careless with Andrew, he'll just take off to second base. So awareness by the pitcher, even though he's got bigger issues toward home plate.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Samardzija threw the bait out there, but Alvarez wouldn't bite.
And it's tough. That ball coming in at you 94, 95 miles an hour. And guys like Pedro Alvarez, the big guys, they don't shorten up a lot. And that's just the way it is. And you say, why didn't he shorten up? Well, the big guys don't do that.
He gave it a good look all the way into the mitt. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Samardzija coming off the fastball, trying to get him to fish and get the swing started early so that he'd be way out in front of something that didn't have to be a strike. Didn't work. Get him dialed into early swings because the fastball is so good. It's a good try. Pedro showed good discipline.
Throw to first, and again, Kutch gets back. Crowd still coming into PNC Park here today. What has turned out to be a very nice afternoon. Sunshine, blue skies. That wasn't the case this morning.
We beat the forecast so far.
2-2 to Alvarez. And Pedro down on strikes.
Went away from the fastball again. That time was positioned well. Pedro looking for the heat, didn't get it. See him way out in front of the pitch. He's just sitting on dead red after having seen the off-speed pitch and laying off it. That's going to happen with Pedro. That was also a pretty good sequence, very good sequence of pitching by Samardzija.
Alvarez back to the dugout. 2 men out. Marte at third and McCutcheon at first base. Here's Gabby Sanchez. Gabby had a very good spring. Led the club in home runs and RBIs in spring training. He will take the first pitch low for a ball. And Gabby Sanchez, the way that he performed in spring training really had everything to do with Garrett Jones starting in right field today. Travis Snyder was the guy you thought would be the projected right fielder on opening day, but because Jones had a good spring too, Pirates trying to get both their bats in the lineup against the right-hander Samardzija here.
Don't forget Sanchez, former All-Star.
2011, an All-Star with the Marlins. 1-1 to count to Gabby. Came over to the Pirates last year at the trading deadline. In fact, it was in Chicago when he joined the Bucks at Wrigley Field. A.J. Burnett getting ready to go out for the second inning. 2-0 Cubs right now. 2 down and 2 on, bottom of the first. Two balls and a strike to Sanchez. Well, Samardzija's preparing to throw a fastball. The opposition knows it. He will throw the fastball quite often, and when he does, he can crank up the velocity. One of the top heat throwers in baseball from a year ago.
Not too subtle. Fastball, slider, a lot. Hard stuff.
There goes Kutch, and Gabby fouls it off. The highest average fastball velocity from last season belonged to the Nationals' Steven Strasburg. David Price of Tampa Bay was next, but there was Samardzija third. The youngster Matt Moore from Tampa Bay right after him. Max Scherzer of the Tigers rounds out the top 5 in average fastball velocity.
Average. Some pitchers have to tie 2 together to get up to those numbers.
2-2 to Sanchez. Gabby strikes out. So the Pirates leave 2. We've played a full inning on opening day. It's the Cubs 2 and the Pirates nothing.
Starts out with feeling, then they introduce the victim. Someone gets to be the villain. Oh, hey, 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 let the games begin. Hey, 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 let the games begin.
games have begun. Of the second inning, 2-0. Chicago Pirates and the Cubs, first of 19 meetings this year. Cubs ended up 5th in the Central Division out of the 6 teams then. There's just 5 teams in the Central this year. Luis Valbuena takes inside, a former member of the National League Central, while performing as a member of the American League West, won their opener against Texas last night, the Houston Astros. So just 5 teams in the Central now. 1-0 to Valbuena. That's in for a strike, 1-1. Valbuena wasn't over the winter penciled in to be the starting third baseman. Cubs were hoping Ian Stewart would be the guy, but Stewart has had a quad injury that has kept him out, and Valbuena has been filling in.
But didn't you get the idea that it was going to be Ramos Ramirez forever?
Yes.
He just really, after leaving the Pirates, became a fixture. He was the third baseman that the Cubs have been looking for ever since Ron Santo.
And then when Dale Swain left the Brewers coaching staff to come up to manage the Cubs, Ramirez went down the road to Milwaukee and became their third baseman. Big cut and a miss there by Valbuena. 2-2. Valbuena hit .219 for the Cubs last year. AJ ready to go. 2-2 pitch. It's away from Martin. We were talking last half inning about fastball velocity. The fact that Jeff Samardzija last year, third in baseball with a 95-mile-an-hour average velocity. You pitched during the year of the pitcher.
How about 1968?
How about you and some of those guys? What would the average velocity have been?
I don't know if we're keeping track. I don't think they had the guns. I really don't think they had the speed guns.
Yeah, but if you had to guess,
I would guess 90, maybe, you know, downwind on you know, if you got a high mound and downwind. But different criteria now.
Payoff pitch, and Valbuena's gone.
Emphatic bring up by Tom Hallion.
Second strikeout for A.J. Burnett.
Range Resources strike zone says yes, indeed. So does Tom Hallion. You know, that 1968 Bob Gibson had a 1.12 ERA. Bob was a hard thrower, probably low 90s, nasty slider, evil disposition. He loved this stuff. He loved pitching on these days. Knocked the bat out of their hands.
His disposition didn't hurt his cause at all.
No.
Strike one, Lillibridge.
94 miles an hour. Thank you very much for Mr. Burnett. You know, the old timers like myself, us old dogs would say, your speed was measured by how the hitters reacted, or how many outs you got. Your pitch count was determined by the hitters. They'll let you know what your pitch count is. If you're pitching well, it's fine. If you're not, you're out of there.
Burnett right past Lillibridge.
Well, if you throw a 94-mile-an-hour fastball up near the top of the strike zone and they don't come close, chances are at some point you're going to come back, and that's just what he did back to back.
0-2 to Lillibridge, who last year spent time with 3 teams: the White Sox, Red Sox, and Indians. Back out. 1-2. Again, Darwin Barney, the regular second baseman, not able to go right now. He's placed on the disabled list prior to the game today. Deep cut in his left leg, suffered when he ran into a wall chasing a foul ball Saturday in Houston.
Brent Lillibridge, according to his picture, looks like he's about 14 years old.
He is down on strikes.
And it's a veteran pitching to a youngster and overmatching him.
You can tweet us here in the booth, and our tweets are brought to you by AT&T. #BucksBooth. Tyler wants to know, does cold weather affect a pitcher or a batter more?
Batter. No contest for a couple of reasons. First of all, you're moving around the most. You're going to be able to keep warmer. You know, those guys standing in the outfield, they get cold, they're not moving. The other thing, of course, is that you get on the hands, and they don't have the fluid swings yet. Well, Anthony Rizzo did. But you can get in on the hands, and they don't like that. They don't like that inside stuff as much.
Samardzija fouls this one back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Samardzija not afraid to swing the bat. Hit just an even 100 last year, but he did have a home run. He drove in 5, and a very good athlete, an All-American football player, as a wide receiver at Notre Dame.
He grows hair very well.
Here's the 1-1.
Now, what if you had Jason Grilli working against Jeff Samardzija now? They both have the same hairstyle. Jason Grilli's let his grow out. Make no doubt about it. This is going to be a fine major league performer, Jeff Samardzija. There's Jason.
Samardzija fouls this one off a long way out of play down the right field side.
Let's go back to yeah. Yeah, it's back there.
Lots, you can see him.
Yeah.
He was sporting those during the World Baseball Classic, representing Italy.
Maybe it's going to keep him warm because he was wearing a short sleeve shirt and he got a jacket on. I'm glad to see that.
2 outs, bases empty, and the 2-2 to Samardzija. Got him. And Martin will tag him out. 1-2-3 go the Cubs as A.J. Burnett strikes out the side.
Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Barrel Automotive. We're driven to be better. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks.
Well, Day Automotive brings us a look at this day in Pirates history. 2 years ago today, the Bucks opened the season at Wrigley Field in Chicago. It was Clint Hurdle's first game as the Bucks skipper. Brian Dempster delivered with the bases loaded, and Neil Walker, just the second Pirate ever to hit a grand slam. Roberto Clemente did it in 1962. That's this day in Pirates history. Day Automotive, we're going to make your day. And Walker, first pitch swinging against Samardzija. Pounds it foul, 0-1 to Neil. Neil hit .280 last year, 14 home runs, 69 runs batted in, and a disappointing finish for Walker. He wanted so badly to be out there at the end of the year, but his back just wouldn't let him. And he got himself squared away in the offseason, came into camp in terrific shape.
He and his back are back.
1 ball, 1 strike. Just before we jumped on the bus from McKechnie Field in Bradenton heading up to Tampa the last day in Florida, I asked him, you ready? Ready to go? He goes, yeah, I've been here since January 1st, so yeah, I'm ready. He wanted to get back to the Berg.
Yep, and they're working. Not a bad place to work.
1-1 pitch. That one falls in for a strike. Ball and 2 strikes to Walker.
We talked about Samardzija being a power guy, fastball, slider, and his slider is not slow, but it's got enough separation away from the fastball, and the fastball is that good that many times you have to start your swing early and you're victimized by just a little difference.
And the Pittsburgh Kid starts his season off with a base hit. Neil Walker is on board, and here's the newcomer, Russell Martin.
Batting seventh, catcher, number 55, Russell Martin.
Well, Martin is a player that Pirates fans are going to get to know in a hurry.
He's got a little different left field to deal with than he had at Yankee Stadium, unless he just yanks it right down the line. Get something rather inexpensive just inside the foul pole, but there's 21 home runs. He's going to have to jump him pretty good.
Tweet at #BucksBooth about Martin. What sort of impact is Russell Martin going to have on defense and offense for the Pirates?
That's a very involved question when you take a look at both aspects.
Short bunt, pulled the bat back and took a strike.
Well, right away, he's going to be better. And, I hesitate to say Rod Barajas just simply ran out of gas. He did a good job, did what he could. Russell Martin has got a great reputation of handling pitching staffs and also being a good mechanical catcher and throwing well. So I think it's going to be a real upgrade for the Pirates defensively. You're going to... Ooh, a little closer than you wanted that to be.
That's a good throw.
You want to get more offensively out of Russell Martin. You can't hit... You don't want a guy hitting 211.
Well, Castillo put that ball right where he needed to, but Walker able to inch his way back to the bag. 2-1 from Samardzija. Breaking ball for a called strike.
That little throw down to first base, by the way, in this cold weather, baseball is a game of starts and stops, quick starts, quick stops, and it's tougher to pull the trigger. In the summer, your body's fluid and you're stretched out and you're ready to go. Sometimes it's tough to be quick in the cold. Now, Neil's not going to steal many bases anyway, so just watch yourself out there. We're going to tell you about that emblem in a little bit that everybody's wearing. We'll get to that. It's important we do.
And Martin pops up the 2-2 pitch. Starlin Castro, the shortstop, wants it, makes way for Lillibridge, who called him off. And there is one down for the Pirates in the bottom of the second inning. Back for the season, it's Buck Night. See your Pirates take on the Cubs this Wednesday and enjoy hot dogs and popcorn, all for just $1. Thanks to Sugardale. Select game tickets are available for just $1 as well while supplies last. To order your tickets, go to pirates.com/bucknight. Clint Barmas, Pirates shortstop, number 8 hitter, back for his second season with the Pirates. Takes up high for a ball.
I hope that Clint can pick up where he ended last year when he got better with the bat as the season wound down. He's one of the few because it was tough on everybody.
First couple of months was tough for Clint, but he really picked it up in the second half of the season. Ended up hitting .229. Considering he was hovering at or around 200 for about the first half of the season, certainly not for the first 2 months where he hit under 200. But finished up with 8 home runs and drove in 45. Barmas fouls it back for strike 1. Barmas has done such a good job with the glove. A.J. Burnett waiting in the on-deck circle. 1 out, 1 on, bottom of the second, 2-0 Chicago.
That was flat overpowering there. Just didn't get up to catch up to that 95-mile-an-hour fastball. When you throw that hard and then you throw upstairs, it's tough to get up there in time and keep the bat at a pretty level plane and get your bat in a good position. There's just not enough time.
Barmas fouls this one away. Take a look at the swing of Barmas.
You can see the bat underneath the ball, kind of slicing the bottom half of the ball and sliding it out into foul territory.
2, lifted to shallow right, curling toward the line, and that ball is going to drop foul. First base umpire Ron Kalpa out there right on it.
And we're fortunate that it went foul, because if it stays fair, Schuerholz is going to have just enough room to probably make a catch. So in the bigger picture, yep, foul's okay. Bermuda Triangle of players. You can see that if it was in fair territory, he would have got it. Probably.
Looks like it caught a bit of the line. Of course, it's not chalk, it's paint when it's on the grass. And when it's on the clay, that's the chalk. So you wouldn't have seen anything brought up if it did hit the line.
And if it did any of those things, our slow motion camera catches everything. There's no escape.
The AGH cam sees all. And Barmas out in front. Off-speed pitch. And he goes down on strikes. Third strikeout for Samardzija this afternoon.
And what's interesting about those 3 strikeouts, if I'm not mistaken, they've been all on off-speed pitches. There's no big breaking ball. So, yeah, you got to start early because of the speed. And if you start early and don't get the speed, that's what can happen.
Samardzija has done well at PNC Park. He's got an .082 earned run average in this ballpark. Pitched a complete game 4 hitter against the Pirates here last September 8th. Won by the Cubs 4-3.
And I was referring back to that particular game. He was dominant as anybody I saw, except for the guy that pitched the no-hitter for Cincinnati. How did we get 3 runs that night?
Burnett cut and a miss. 0-2. Referring to the Homer Bailey.
Yeah, the
no-hitter.
Yep. And now Mr. Samardzija has got AJ in a very, very difficult spot. This might not want to watch this.
He got him looking. So 4 strikeouts. Again, another breaking ball delivered on a 0-2 pitch by Jeff Samardzija. 2-0 Cubs.
Park. Earlier today, Marine Corps Corporal Brandon Rumbaugh was honored on the field before the game by the Pittsburgh Pirates for his service as part of the Wounded Warriors Project. Brandon Rumbaugh is a double amputee at the age of 24, injured during his 2nd tour of duty in Afghanistan. And Brandon is kind enough to join us now. Brandon, what was that moment like, just being recognized on the field here at PNC Park on opening day?
It was a once-in-a-lifetime thing. You know, most people don't get to experience something like that. Just having 30,000 people cheering for you, it makes me feel good to know that people still care about what we're doing over there and what we're going to continue doing as far as the war goes.
Now, you're Uniontown, PA, born and raised. You're baseball fans. What's it like here, just wearing that Pirates jersey and wearing that Pirates hat and cheering them on here?
I mean, I grew up watching the Pirates, my whole life, and I always I love coming to the stadium, love watching the games, but to come here and have my own jersey made up and to be given to me from the Pirates, it just felt great.
You're here in owner Bob Nutting's suite. What is the experience like here, just sitting with the owner?
Bob, Mr. Nutting, he's a great guy. I was in class last week at Penn State, and he gave me a phone call and wanted to invite me up here to his suite and join the game with him and his family. And he's been great through all of this, and he's just an amazing guy.
Well, Brandon, thank you for your service, and we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you very much.
And Tim and Steve, one cool thing about Brandon Rumbaugh, rather than sitting around and waiting, he is competing for the 2016 Paralympic Games as a weightlifter. Let's hope he makes it.
Well, that's tremendous. That is great. Wish him luck for it.
You've just seen and heard from an American hero. Your commitment, your sacrifice is not taken for granted, Brandon.
2016, going to Rio de Janeiro for the Paralympic Games. David DeJesus, 0 for 1. He struck out looking to start the ball game. And we welcome Robbie Innsmikowski to the broadcasts this year. Glad to have Robbie aboard with us. 2 balls and a strike to DeJesus.
These starters got the strikeout program going. 4 for Samardzija and 4 for AJ, who struck out the side in the top of the second.
There's a 2-1. And that is in for a strike count, even to DeJesus. Cubs got their 2 runs in the top half of the first inning after Castro hit a 1-out single, and Anthony Rizzo hit a 438-foot home run deep to right center field. And that has been the scoring thus far in the game. AJ's 2-2.
Yes,
he go. Yes, he did, says Tom Hallion. And down on strikes for the second time in the game is DeJesus. Relive our region's most memorable games on our new series, Sunday Night Classics. On this week's episode, the Pens clinch their first ever trip to the Stanley Cup Finals after defeating the Bruins in Game 6 of the 1991 Conference Finals. Hear from Peter Taglianetti, Phil Borg, Bob Airy, and Paul Steigerwald while you relive this unforgettable game. Sunday Night Classics, Sunday at 8 on Root Sports. Castro takes outside for a ball. The way the Pens have been playing, though, Steve, they're creating some classics Monday through Sunday.
Every night they're creating classics.
Wish the best of Sidney Crosby, recovering from the puck in the face he took the other day.
Looks like AJ has taken this personally after that home run.
He has settled down nicely. He struck out 4 in a row, 5 in the game. Burnett, his first opening day start. 1-1 to Castro. He's ahead of him, a ball and 2 strikes. Pirates are opening the season at home for the 2nd straight year and for the 3rd time in the last 8 years. So they played the Phillies last year.
Mr. Halliday was performing. There's Rick. Yep.
Rick's back.
Things are all right. PNC Park got Rick back home plate. Dealing in uniform.
And this one up the middle, diving attempt by Barmless, but out of his reach, and Castro is 2 for 2.
And at some point we're going to see the issue about base stealers, and you might see it now. Castro likes to run, and trust me, no matter who's catching or pitching, because of what happened last year, teams are going to test the Pirates. And again, I will say my personal opinion is you give any major league catcher a chance as a pitcher, they will do what they can do against the running game, and it's 95% the pitcher's responsibility, in my opinion. So if they're better, Pirates will be better, and he's got a real good lead there. Yeah, AJ, you need to keep track of him.
Russell Martin has displayed a very good throwing arm.
Just give him a chance, that's all. Give him a chance.
It's Michael McHenry, the Fort, backup catcher. Throw to first, and Castro almost picked off.
I was rooting for him.
Very close indeed.
I don't know. You get it down on his hand before the hand got. Put your hand in the hand.
Rizzo takes in the dirt.
That would have been a good pitch. Base stealers think this way. Starlin Castro probably think that I should have gone on that one. Fall down in the dirt. It's tougher. And now they all want to talk to AJ. Not they all. Neil Walker and Gabby Sanchez.
Well, Rizzo, his first at bat of the season, put a charge into the baseball in the top of the first inning. Got it right in the wheelhouse.
And that's interesting. That very quickly after that pitch, Walker and Walker and Sanchez coming over to talk to AJ. So that wasn't a casual visit. I have no idea what it's about, but they had something to say.
Throw to first again, and Sanchez snapping the tag down. Castro getting in.
Yeah, if you keep throwing over there and just whack him in the head when you tag him with the back, just beat him up.
Oh boy, was that close. 25 stolen bases a year ago for Castro. He's thrown out 13 times. So he is one who will run.
Big hole between first and second. Ground ball. Get through there.
2 balls and a strike now. This is the 21st time the Cubs and Pirates have played on opening day. Pirates are 12-8 against the Cubs in openers.
Keep an eye on Castro as we have been. You know, these pitches, 2-1 count, they like to run, and there's another quick move by AJ. AJ showing some quickness and coming close to picking him off. You can make that throw over to first base at different points in your stretch position, at the top, down at the set position, or in between. And Castro's testing him.
There goes Castro. Had a good jump too. Throw down by Martin, and he's safe.
Big jump. Big jump.
Stolen base number 1 for Starlin Castro. It comes with a runner in scoring position. Castro certainly was intent on going. He had the attention of Burnett.
Well, you can see, you can almost get in the point where you can count steps before the ball comes out of the pitcher's hand. And if you get up around 5 or 6, that's tough. That's too tough for a catcher. I mean, they have all kind of stopwatches and all that, so you can get really precise, but you can almost get an idea about a bunch of steps. It's going to be tough.
And he got him. Rizzo strikes out.
6 now.
Now it's time for our Firestone Complete Auto Care Extra Mile Index. Most common rivalries in sports. The Cubs and Pirates have played over 2,400 games against one another. In the National Hockey League, Boston and Montreal, 890 their nets. The Celtics and Sixers in the NBA. And in the NFL, Bears and Packers, 186 games against one another. But the Cubs and Buccos, the most common rivalry in the 4 major sports.
Baseball has been around a while, hasn't it? 2,400 games.
Yeah. Martin and Burnett having a word. There's the view from the rotunda in left field, which is lined with fans on opening day. They're hoping to get hyped.
Talk about those rivalries. Baseball is such a unique game in that you don't fool anybody. The season's too long. There's just so many games. The cream will come to the top.
It's missed off the corner. 1-0 to Soriano.
The strikeouts keep coming for AJ. Soriano very much a strikeout candidate. Get out in front of him, he will chase. He will guess. He won't admit it, but he is one of those notorious guess hitters when he guesses right. Well, 32 times last year for home runs.
Throw back down to second base, and Castro in. Well, Martin thought that he probably should have had a better throw.
Tail on it.
Bannister, the bench coach, he's the guy who sends out the signs to the fielders and pitcher about the running game and how to control it.
And you can always, you can also go on your own too if you think you've got a shot to get somebody.
There's a strike.
Russell kind of just framing that, or a little elevator music perhaps to go along with that.
He might have stolen
this
one.
car is going upstairs.
And a 2-1 coming from Burnett. Striking out Soriano. I beg your pardon, that's strike 2.
It's coming.
A little ahead of myself there. I was ready to write it in the book and everything.
Now that AJ's gotten even with him, he's got that open base. This is a home run threat, so he can play around a little bit, try to get him to chase something. He doesn't have to give in by any stretch of the imagination. So let's see what AJ tries to do here. Inside, back out. Yeah, back out. They might have deked him a little bit going inside. If he was peeking, he might have been looking in, got the breaking ball, and AJ strike them all out.
And Burnett has struck out the side 2 consecutive innings. Ordered for the Pirates, Starling Marte. First ball swinging, ends up in the glove of Valbuena. 1 pitch and 1 down in the Pirates' half of the 3rd inning. Let's check in with Robbie.
Well, guys, earlier you were talking a moment ago about the patches that everyone is wearing. All players, coaches, managers, and on-field personnel all throughout Major League Baseball are wearing these patches right here, and that is to honor the victims of the tragedy that took place a couple months ago in Newtown, Connecticut at Sandy Hook Elementary School. On the patch is the official seal of Newtown along with the black ribbon and 26 stars, which is 1 for each victim. So there is the answer to the tweet using the hashtag BucksBooth. That is why they are wearing these tweets. And John McDonald's a guy with a connection to Connecticut. He is born and raised there in East Lyme, Connecticut. And unfortunately, he has a distant connection to one of the victims of the shooting. His sister-in-law, well, her college roommate lost their child in the shooting. So Steve Blash, you're a Connecticut guy as well. And I know it's very near and dear to you, and you honor the memory of those victims as well.
Absolutely, Rob. Just a horrific tragedy. Not only an assault on the 26 victims, that was an assault on America. I mean, it really was. And I grew up just up the road from Newtown, and just talking to people that we've known, and just it's so hard for anybody to process, and you shouldn't have to process something like that. So our hearts go out continually to people, even though the attention has gone away to some degree. It's just horrific to even think about. We're proud to do anything and help in an effort to raise money for the families. And grief remains.
Both teams will sign a jersey today,
Yep.
and that'll be auctioned off at MLB.com, and then the proceeds will go to help with the families of the victims. And Jones, a little bouncer to Lillibridge, the second baseman, gets into the shift. There are 2 out.
So Lillibridge gets that ground ball that Garrett Jones hit. He bobbled the first one.
What a day here in Pittsburgh it has turned out to be. Andrew McCutchen trying to make it a memorable day. Cubs infield will shift with 3 on the left side, with Lillibridge, the second baseman, playing right up the middle. Opening day 2013, always special. McCutchen swing and a miss, and our opening day tradition continued just a few moments ago with Cy Holzer from PNC Bank coming up. Also Jim Rohr.
Yep.
From PNC Bank paid us a visit.
Recently retired. Congratulations to Jim Rohr for the great job he's done for his bank in his city. And Cy, it's always a delight. I was getting ready to give up my chair because Cy's done a little broadcasting in the past, and he enjoys it. Thank you, PNC, for what you've done and continue to do.
0-2 pitch. And Kutch pops it up, foul out of play.
And good friend Jim Baloris, who does a lot of work with the retail branches. He's manager of all the retail branches in the area. Friend, I crossed paths with him. Who's expected to be on the field representing PNC. Jim's doing well with all his efforts and projects.
Andrew McCutchen waits the next pitch. He's going to have to wait longer because Jeff Samardzija did right there what he hardly ever did as a receiver at Notre Dame, and that was drop the ball.
Heard the footsteps, maybe?
Maybe. And he struck out McCutchen. So the Pirates gone in order in the third. We'll head to the fourth at PNC Park. Samardzija and the Cubs up 2. Pirates baseball on Root Sports. Tune in every weekend for a new episode as we follow your Buccos off the field and bring you an in-depth look at the Pirates 2013 season. Inside Pirates Baseball, presented by Allegheny Sports Medicine. Debuts Saturday at 8 on Root Sports. Great looking hat there, Steve.
Yeah, stylish yet understated.
Yes. I know you have the other one, the parrot green hat. You need the new one now.
Well, you know, they say that pitchers have the edge early in the season. These two starters are dealing right now, and they are certainly cooking. A lot of strikeouts. They are both into it. It'll take either one of them long to get their feet on the ground. One fat pitch thrown by AJ is the difference in this ball game.
Coming up in the bottom of the fourth inning, we'll be visited by Pirates general manager Neil Huntington live in the booth. Talk to him about this season as it gets underway. Nate Sherholtz, a right fielder, batting against Burnett. Cubs up 2-0. 2 runs on 4 hits. The big hit, the Rizzo home run. 2-run shot in the first, scoring Castro. Sherholtz also with a base hit in the first inning, but he would be stranded after Castillo made the final out of the first. Sherholtz takes ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Sherholtz awaits the 2-0 pitch. But for the Cubs, 5 strikeouts for Samardzija. And for the Pirates, 7 strikeouts so far for AJ. That's upstairs, 3-1. Sherholtz combined between the Giants and Phillies last year. Hit .257. Ended up with 6 home runs total and 21 runs batted in. He was a free agent and signed with the Cubs in December. Pops this one up down the left field side. Alvarez out. Marte giving chase, but will make the seats.
And if you think AJ is on the way to a career strikeout high, yeah, perhaps, but he struck out 14 a time or two, so halfway there.
He's halfway there.
Doing just fine.
I think he'd take a win over a strikeout total.
Oh, yeah.
Any pitcher would, as you know, Steve.
That's the way it works.
Wins are hard to come by, mostly because you don't have total control. Your offense has to get you some runs. Sherholtz a leadoff walk.
First one issued.
He comes with a man aboard, and Wellington Castillo will hit next.
Almost picked up number 8. Almost. Tom Hallion right on the job.
Didn't come back all the way. Ray Searage, pitching coach. He was a busy guy in the offseason and during spring training. He had a lot of arms to work with. So Ray was always running around this spring. There goes the runner Sherholtz, and Castillo fouls it off.
Another better than average jump. And AJ was aware last year that there was a lot of guys running on him. And, of course, the number one priority is with the guy at the plate. But that being said, it doesn't have a good feel when they just run all over you. Of course, the Cubs trying to stay out of a double play. Modest lead now.
1-1 the count. Russell Martin had a different kind of workout routine this offseason. He did what the mixed martial arts guys are doing. Whatever they do, that's what he decided to do, without the punching and kicking each other. You'd make the same motion.
What else is left?
You make the same motion in the workout, but there just wasn't another human there to be on the receiving end of it. Russell Martin, a very athletic catcher, again a 3-time All-Star, former Dodger, former Yankee. Throw to first base, Sherholtz back.
Well, you got a catcher up at the plate, get yourself a ground ball. Most of them are double play candidates.
Missed outside. Well, again, when they work on controlling the running game, the thing that Pirates had done this spring was they picked off more base runners this spring than they did the entire 2012 season. They worked on holds, they worked on slide steps, they worked on speeding up the release times. There goes Sherholtz, and this ball hit down the right field line. Jones heading to the corner. Jones going back. Jones to the wall. It's off the wall. Sherholtz around second, and into second is Castillo with a double, and the Cubs with nobody out have runners on second and third.
Well, that ball carried out to right field. You know, it's the short porch and over by the Allegheny Sports Medicine yellow sign. Out of height, Garrett Jones going over, and then at the last minute had to give ground, and Cubs got the bounce off, and they're in business. Garrett trying to find the fence as he's looking, and he had no chance for that one as it bounced high up above the Allegheny word. Sounds funny, the printing of the Allegheny word.
The corner infielders will play it in. Middle infielders will take the out here. Pirates will trade an out for a run. Luis Valbuena, the third baseman, takes ball one.
I'd like to trade some of those strikeouts earlier that could have been regular outs and pile them up right now. Stack up a couple of them and get down to the pitcher. And what you think about here is that it looks good for the Cubs, like they're going to score. You minimize damage. You might give up one. You might give up two. Pitch in for a strike. What you don't want in these kinds of scenarios is just let it go on into a blossoming thing where it becomes 4 and 5. I mean, everybody has to live with 1 or 2 every once in a while. That's the way the deal works. But you want to stay away from those big numbers. Don't get crushed. You're working toward the bottom third of the batting order now, so you can write a script here. He's out in front 1 and 2. You get yourself a strikeout here, and now you're thinking about what you can do with a youngster, Brent Lillibridge. But, this is a big item right here. Get a first out, leave them where they are. Big number 1 step.
And he got him.
The breaking ball.
Maybe tag him out. First base open, so the breaking ball benefits A.J. Burnett. He gets the first out of the Cub 4th.
Yep. Remember this: if the Pirates come back to win this ball game, that's a huge out. Kept it out of the strike zone, and now you got an open base. Now Cheese is a little more binding because now you can bring the infielders in, and now maybe you can think about leaving them there. Getting back into the dugout, find your bats.
You get the 8-hitter Lillibridge up, who struck out swinging in the second inning with the pitcher Samardzija in the on-deck circle behind him. Sherholtz the runner at third base, and Valbuena is over, rather Castillo, beg your pardon, is at second. Ball 1 delivered to Lillibridge. Cubs with a 2-0 lead. We're in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, this gives you a little wiggle room because first base is open. You got the pitcher in the on-deck circle. Because even if you lose him, now you got the pitcher up. You get him out, and you've got the bases loaded. Yeah, but you've got that very important second out. Now, this is a veteran out there working who knows exactly what we've been talking about.
He went around. That's a strike.
Downstairs of the breaking ball, underneath the strike zone, then come back upstairs. You're working a young, inexperienced hitter here.
One. Fouled back, and AJ gets ahead of ball and 2 strikes.
Good now. Yep. And when you think about a strikeout happening here, you just think about the last pitch that is strike 3. But he's done a lot of good work to get in a position where he could get a strikeout and get a massive second out. And you don't want to give up too much with the way Samardzija's dealing.
AJ ready to deliver the 1-2 pitch.
What a block. Oh. What a block.
Terrific play
that was big time right there, as AJ tried to throw the ultimate breaking ball and just held on to it too long. See, the reason it's so good is that ball bounces so far out in front of the catcher. It's not a ball you can smother and just get the body in front. He had to go out there and just kind of guess where that spin was going to take that bounce. That's a great play. No harm with the fact it came to a 2-2 count now. You know, if you miss a little bit, you're still in business.
And the pitch. Got him. Burnett strikes out Lillibridge.
Yep, you see him come back after the breaking ball, the bad breaking ball, with a good fastball, and now you've written the script and now you're acting it out. See a little leg kick there. The youngster A.J. Burnett reaching back and getting a little something of a fastball he had easily a few years ago, but gets it in a good spot, and now he's put himself in a position to get out of it.
9 strikeouts for Burnett. Trying to make it 10 here. If we can get into double digits by the 4th inning, if he can get Samardzija. We got him last time.
You don't even need to strike him out. Now you got just a what they call a routine out. It's never routine in the big leagues. Trying to get outs. Oh, I thought Tom was going to get that right hand up there. Very close. Russell moves out. Just missed.
Number down toward third. Alvarez will glove it. Throws low. Sanchez has it.
How about that job?
And A.J. Burnett has a little help. 2 stranded. We'll let the games begin as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Neil Huntington will join us next. Cubs 2, Pirates nothing.
On Root Sports is brought to you by Toyota. Now's the time to go places with Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com for special offers. And by PNC for the achiever in you. Let's go Bucks.
Turned out to be a gorgeous day on the North Shore. In Pittsburgh, where the Pirates are trailing the Cubs on opening day, 2-0.
Gorgeous piece of pitching in the top of the 4th.
Absolutely. A.J. Burnett with 9 strikeouts. It's the most strikeouts for a Pirate on opening day since Oliver Perez had 9 in 2006 against the Milwaukee Brewers. And Pedro Alvarez will lead this inning off against Jeff Samardzija. Pleased to have with us Pirates general manager Neil Huntington. And so far as the strikeouts are going, it's going well for A.J. Burnett.
What a job, huh?
No question. Just the one mistake, unfortunately, and he's been great. Otherwise, pitch out of a second, third jam there in the last inning, and you know, it's the A.J. we've come to know here in Pittsburgh.
Well, Pedro Alvarez at the plate in the cleanup spot. I know this is a spot that you wanted him perhaps to hit in last year, but his development this year, you see him to be the regular leadoff guy all year?
Well, ultimately the lineup is Clint's call, and he's got a comfort level with Pedro there, and we'll see how things progress. He certainly has the ability to hit there. Clint said it numerous times. That's our best lineup. If Pedro hitting in that 4-hole, he's a legitimate threat every time he steps to the box, and working with him to try to get that first inning situation where he's got to barrel the ball and put it in play right there. He's got to drive that run, and he did it great in spring training. Now we got to translate it into the season.
It's tough to get a power guy to shorten up, for lack of a better term, I guess, because of the way they hit the ball. But there are certain situations, I guess, that beg for it, Neil.
Absolutely, and it's a more of not necessarily shortening the swing, Steve, because you're right. He is what he is, and he can drive a ball out. I mean, the 2 balls that he hit out of Wrigley Field, the left field last year, he's got immense power. It's just a matter of letting it play more consistently, maybe firing at some pitches earlier in counts where he can put a ball in play instead of looking for a pitch that he can hit out of the ballpark. But let's get that run in. Let's be a good hitter in that situation.
I guess when you evaluate a scenario like that, too, you've got to consider the pitcher. This guy has a chance to be something pretty special for the Cubs.
No question. And we saw it last year. In his last start of the year, he went out and was a workhorse for them. And he's a young man coming into his own. He's got great stuff. The velocity's in the low to mid-90s. He's got absolutely devastating secondary stuff. And he's on his game here. We're going to have to figure out a way to beat him.
Abby Sanchez grounds it to Castro at short. And quickly 2 down. Well, we live in the era of the Twitterverse, Neil, so a question has been sent to us here in the booth. We'll give to you here in just a second. What are the expectations for Starling Marte?
Well, Starling has tremendous abilities. He's going to go through stretches where he looks like the guy that we're all excited about. He's going to go through stretches where he's young and shows some inexperience and chases some pitches that he shouldn't chase, and maybe throws to the wrong base, maybe tries to run in a situation he shouldn't run in. But we're also going to continue to work to try to get that to be the lesser of the outcomes, and to try to get the guy that can hit a ball into the seats, can hit a ball into the gaps. And much like Andrew McCutchen, we've got 2 guys in the game that they hit a ball in the right center field gap. It's as fun as anybody in the game to watch run. He can play great defense, steal a base as he did today, walk it on, and do some things offensively for us as well as defensively. And expectations are continue to grow, continue to develop, and with any young player, you want it to happen overnight, but it does take some time.
With him in left and Andrew in center, that kind of reduces this outfield, doesn't it? This huge outfield.
Absolutely, Steve. We've talked from day one about wanting 2 guys that are legitimate defensive type center fielders in this ballpark, and not only do we have 2 guys that are legitimately defensive center fielders and guys that you could, maybe Andrew won a Gold Glove, Marte could probably win a Gold Glove sometime in his career, but they're also offensive weapons. Andrew amongst the best in the game. Starling has the ability to be a weapon for us offensively as well as defensively, but they're a pitcher's best friend out there. There are going to be a lot of balls that go to die in left and center field this year.
2-1 to Walker, fouled back.
Neil, everybody knows the last week of spring training is crazy for you guys that carry the position that you can. But I think that people don't realize that it continues on into the season, during the whole season. But there's still got to be some intensities, formulating and smoothing out and polishing rosters.
Absolutely. Everybody makes them such a big deal of April 1st and opening day, and really it's an ongoing process. We've got ongoing competitions to stay on the club because we've got good guys in AAA that are ready. We're continuing to scour the waiver wire, and maybe there's somebody out there that we can claim. Maybe there's a small trade early. Most of the trades don't happen until June or July, but we're constantly trying to upgrade this roster, constantly trying to give Clint and our coaching staff the best 25 that we can.
Walker is called out on strikes, and the throw down and the ball in the dirt. And so Walker takes the final out of the inning. 1, 2, 3 they go. Neil, thanks for joining us in a quick bottom of the 4th.
Thanks, guys. Worst rule in baseball right there.
And Walker called out on strikes. opening series here. The Pirates and the Cubs. An off day tomorrow, then it resumes Wednesday night, and then Thursday, 12:30. Before the Pirates will be on a plane again, heading out west to Los Angeles and Arizona for not one, but 2 more opening days. The Dodgers opening day for the 2nd year in a row, and then the Diamondbacks opening day. Now, last year was the Giants.
Yep.
A.J. Burnett with 9 strikeouts.
Need another rosin bag. I think the rosin bag may have exploded.
And A.J. Just sort of wandering around here. And Todd Tomczyk, the trainer, going to come out of the dugout.
Hello.
Oh, and it just exploded. So he wants to get it all off the excess off of himself.
Something like something coming out of Colombia.
Well, it is April Fool's Day after all.
Well, yeah.
Somebody played the old exploding rosin bag joke on.
Yeah, but you don't play tricks on the pitcher on opening day. Especially after the job he did in the top of the 4th inning. That was fun to watch. And that's why the National League is so good, because you can have a strategy without the DH, that you can work a program when you're in trouble, leave those runners on 2nd and 3rd. It's not nearly as much of a possibility in the American League because they fool around with that DH. So this is part of the game where a pitcher can get in trouble and still work his way out with a script that he can write. And what a job he did. And you have to, because Samardzich's so tough right now.
2 runs on 5 hits for the Cubs, just 1 hit for the Pirates. 3rd time up for De Jesus. He's gone down on strikes twice.
And not only did we say that he really pitched well, we've got video evidence that we're going to show you in a minute.
That's amazing.
What a good job he did.
There's a strike to De Jesus. It's amazing they can come up with video evidence in this day and age, isn't it, Steve?
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on, Tim. I can sit down with you and go over a lot of this stuff and catch you up as best I can. Yeah. If you just be patient and be a good student.
Just give you a minute.
That's all.
All right. 1-1 and De Jesus hits it right into the glove of Barmes for the out. Video evidence, please.
2nd and 3rd, nobody out. Strikeout, they're still there. Strikeout, they're still there. Hit a little ground ball to Pedro. You got the pitcher running, you got everything working, and they're still there. 2-0. Really good work, and that'll pump up the pitcher, that'll pump up the ballpark as a group. Good stuff, really good stuff.
Let's see the Pirates offense get going here in support of AJ, who's putting on a show here on opening day. As Neil Huntington mentioned, just the one mistake, the home run he gave up to Rizzo in the 1st inning. Now facing Starlin Castro, who has 2 base hits.
Yeah, let's try something different with him.
Castro's one of those guys. He's always going to be up there in hits at the end of the year. Floating with 200 of them. Last year, Castro ended up with 183 hits. In 2011, a career high 207.
Potential face of the franchise right now. He's emerging to be that. And that's a credit to him, and also a little indication that the Cubs are challenged with some work to do in terms of putting together their ball club. There's a possible face of the franchise in the on-deck circle with what Mr. Rizzo represents.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Castro. Something about opening day that makes the weather cooperate.
Daytime baseball under the sun, a little brisk, but it's a good look. Big grandstands, a lot of people.
Food, cooking on the club level. Strike 3, got him. Strikeout number 10, and A.J. Burnett now equals John Candelaria, who in 1983 struck out 10 St. Louis Cardinals on opening day.
Gets the call right on the corner. You don't get all those calls, but he got that one. Russell framing it, trying to make the sale, and Tom Hallion doing his thing. It's all good.
Well, Tom Hallion doesn't leave you guessing.
Well,
on strike
he's
three.
going to have to be careful early in the season. You don't get one of those obliques, or intercoastal, or whatever that area is.
Well, you fish in the intercoastal.
Yeah. Pull a rib, too.
Another strike thrown by AJ. On the 5th of April.
The Candyman.
Candyman did it. Career high for AJ in a game, 14.
Candyman now making his home down in Lake Norman, down in North Carolina, outside Charlotte.
It's Neil Walker. And the Cubs gone in order. AJ picks up strikeout number 10. Pirates trying to pick up some runs for him. To the bottom of the 5th, A.J. Burnett, 10 strikeouts. 10's a pretty key number. The easiest way to make sure you get tickets to all of your favorite matchups and promotional games is with the Pirates 10-game ticket plan. Choose from 3 pre-selected plans that include all of the biggest games. You can enjoy the year-long benefits, including early access to PNC Park, ticket exchange privileges, much more. 1-800-BUY-BUCKS. Visit Pirates.com to get your 10-game ticket plan. And Russell Martin, hoping to get things going for the Pirates. He's 0 for 1, popped up to second in the second. He's ahead 2-0.
I think you were saying that the game Samardzija pitched here in September, I think that was the game he didn't pitch after that. Is that correct? That's when
that
they
was
shut
his
him down?
last one, yeah. September 8th, they shut him down.
He's picked right up where he left off that night.
And Martin squirts one toward the second base. Castro is there to throw him out.
And an above-average play by Castro, because that ball had a lot of English, a lot of spin on it. So he had to kind of go over where he thought it was going to be, maybe come back a step toward third base, but he had the catcher running, so he was able to get it done. Right off the handle, that ball going out there, and then it wants to bounce back the other way.
Sounded like that bat was a casualty.
Mr. Castro plays a good game of baseball.
There's Clint Barmas with 1 out. Strike 1 to Barmas. Barmas struck out swinging in the second. He's 0 for 1. 7th appearance for Clint on an opening day roster. His second with Pittsburgh. Made a career high 135 starts with the Buccos last year. This one popped up, foul ground. Castillo makes the catch, and Barmes is gone.
Ice cream cone on a cold day. Way upstairs. Castillo's going to back up and show us a little baseball at the end, but he holds on. You're hoping at the end of that play, you're hoping you got the glove in the right position.
Snow cone here. 0-1 to AJ. AJ struck out looking in the second inning. 2 outs, base is empty. 2-0 Chicago lead. Pirates with only 1 hit. They're not way out front.
This is not looking all that good to AJ unless he's really doing a heck of a job of setting him up.
And quick work of Burnett. Pirates done in order in the 5th inning. It's 2-0 Chicago lead as we go to the 6th at PNC Park. And 13. Oliver Onion out in front, but here comes Cheese Chester closing. And a late kick by Chester. A photo finish, but Cheese wins it. A Twitter question comes in. What kind of speed techniques should Cheese Chester work on to beat all the other pierogies this year? Steve, that is the burning question today.
Better shoes. He needs better shoes. His technique, yeah, the late kick, he almost cost himself the race by going around. I think it was a block. They tried to block him.
Did you say better shoes or cheddar shoes?
Yep.
2 runs on 5 hits and an error for the Cubs. I think 1-0 the line for the Buccos.
I think it's about training. You should go to that squirt cheese. It is the snack of the future, and it gets you a faster late kick.
You heard it here first. Burnett pitching to Soriano to start the 6th. And Soriano fouls this one away. 0-1.
This is not too much unlike last year's opener. Was that a 1-0 game with Mr. Halladay?
Yeah, Roy Halladay.
Wasn't much offense in that one.
Very good in that one. Just a 1-0 game. Won by the Phillies. 2 years ago, Pirates played the Cubs in Chicago on opening day and won that ball game. Neil Walker with a grand slam in that one. So 88 for AJ, 56 of them strikes. Alfonso Soriano behind in the count, 0-2. Number right back toward the mound. Burnett throws him out. And there's 1 out for Chicago in the 6th inning. Pirates Charities invites runners and Pirates fans of all ages to the Pirates 5K Home Run presented by Service Link. Next Saturday, April 13th, the race will tour the North Shore and finish on the field at PNC Park. Plus, families can participate in the 1 mile family fun run. All proceeds benefit Pirates Charities. To register for the 5K Home Run, visit pirates.com/5K Home Run. Nate Sherholtz, the right fielder. He'll take strike one. Sherholtz is 1 for 1 with a walk.
Well, AJ has retired 7 in a row. Samardzija has retired 12 in a row. Not much offense. A lot of pitching.
0-1 to Sherholtz. Cold day. The hitters don't like this stuff.
Told you. The hitters don't like it. The pitchers love it. That ball stings and you get it inside on, well, not too much stinging now. A lot of strikeouts. It doesn't sting when you swing and miss. See, they're backing off.
Ball and 2 strikes to Sherholtz. I don't see too many guys going without batting gloves on a day like today. Steve's got his broadcasting gloves on.
I do.
Got to have those up in the booth. I'm going old school. I rub my hands in dirt. I have bare hands up here.
I could tell you've done that. You're to wash them after the game, too.
2-2 to Sherholtz. Now let's show you broadcasting gloves. Check them out.
Get a good idea how you can get the spin on a curveball when you. No. Not really.
Is it really that cold up here?
It's a little brisk. Oh, that hurt. On a cold day, that flat hurts.
Sherholtz is plunked. And the Cubs with a base runner and 1 out.
He has reached base 3 times. This one painfully. Part of the game. A good hit.
Got him on the calf. Look, I got him right on the muscle.
That will seize up on him, as they say.
Sherholtz held on by Gabby Sanchez. 1 man out, top of the 6th, 2-0 Cubs. Burnett getting set to face the catcher Wellington Castillo. Doubled in the 4th inning, but it went for naught. Sherholtz, who reached on a walk before that, was stuck at third base when Burnett came back, struck out Valbuena, struck out Lillibridge, and then got Samardzija to ground out to Alvarez at third.
And again, a double play candidate. The ground ball. Breaking ball almost of the backup variety.
Justin Wilson, the left-hander, warming up now for the Pirates. He's made his first opening day roster. Wilson made his major league debut last summer, late in the summer, in San Diego with the Pirates. 2 balls and no strikes. Clint Hurdle said today that A.J. Burnett really not working on any particular pitch count. Again, it is the first start, but Ray Searage now will come out of the dugout and go out and visit with A.J. Maybe buying Wilson a little time or just to check on the veteran right-hander.
Everybody's invited to the party.
We'll see the comment that Clint had made, no particular pitch count. We'll see what happens. We're going to, play it as the game goes. And after 32 spring training games where there's a plan every game and somebody's on a pitch count, it's nice to see a game for a change.
Let it emerge.
Where you're just managing as you have to manage.
You got a shot of there of A.J. Burnett, and he's 36 years old. When they use the phrase a grizzled veteran, this guy looks like he's been up and down the baseball streets, and the good, the bad, the borderline. A.J. Burnett's probably seen a lot of it.
The Marlins and the Blue Jays and the Yankees. Here are the Pirates in his second season. 2-0 pitch coming to Wellington Castillo.
See, Ray went out there, right there, and told him to throw a strike. Don't get behind 3-0. Oh, you know,
everything's better with bacon, I hear.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea to send a lot of that up to the booth and just see what it's like.
If there's any leftover bacon, don't be afraid to have it on there.
No bad bacon.
I mean, you probably had bacon that tastes better than some other bacon, but even the bad bacon doesn't. It's not bad. Two ball, one strike pitch coming. Runner takes off, and the ball hit to the gap in right center. Jones after it. Garrett Jones is not going to get it. Sherholtz is going to score as he rounds third base. The relay throw is up the line, and now they've got Castillo hung up. 3-0 Cubs. And Castillo will get a run batted in, runs himself into an out.
Another double. He doubles to the right field corner, and then he doubles to right center field.
Sherholtz was running on the pitch anyway. Once he saw that Jones wasn't going to get it, he knew his next stop was home plate. But you got to wonder about Castillo. He knows he's got the runner in. Why create the out? But some poor base running. But another double. That's going to chase A.J. Burnett out of the ballgame on opening day. Clint Hurdle comes out to relieve him of duty. Justin Wilson will take over. So A.J. Burnett standing all behind the dugout. 10 strikeouts on opening day for A.J. Burnett and the Pirates trail it 3-0. First opening day start. 5 2/3 innings. He had the strikeout thing going for him.
Oh yeah, count them. 2. But a lot of them with breaking balls. It's a matter of the Pirates not getting any runs. Didn't pitch all that badly, certainly, but they're going to make the change. Got out of a big-time jam in the 4th inning to put up a 0. He has not let the ball game get away, and he will depart with those numbers and enter left-hander Justin Wilson out of Anaheim, California, 25-year-old left-hander, a starter his entire career. Even last year at Indianapolis, 9-6 in 25 starts, and then came up to the big leagues for the Pirates, 8 appearances out of the Pirate bullpen. He and Tony Watson, the 2 lefties.
Pitch in for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. And Burnett with 98 pitches today. He's on the hook right now. He can't win it. Pirates need to get some runs and get him off the hook. And this one bunted, fouled on the third base side. Wilson is accustomed to winning. As a collegiate pitcher at Fresno State, he got the win in the deciding game of the 2008 College World Series. He beat the Georgia Bulldogs. He knows what it's like to win a World Series, at least in the college level. He's had success in the minor leagues too. One thing we've seen from him, Steve, in spring training is the reemergence of his curveball. He's had a very successful breaking ball, at least from what we saw in the Grapefruit League. 2-2 to Valbuena. If he can have some success with that breaking ball, that could turn out to be a calling card for him coming out of the bullpen.
And you wonder if that's the career path, just all bullpen, because he has been a career starter. See how it plays out.
He's part of 2 no-hitters last year in AAA in Indianapolis. Just missed on the outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, that good stuff. Good to hear, but better make sure you throw strikes.
Wilson's got his sign from Russell Martin. Payoff pitch. Popped him up. And Martin to the railing. It's into the camera well. Up into the seats. Luis Valbuena will get another pitch. What do we have here?
Doesn't matter. It's all good. Just lather it up. Whatever you put, just lather it. Put a lot on.
Start.
Then all over the place, around the horn so far.
Down the left field line, Marte on the run, and Starling Marte will not get it. Into the seats.
The at-bat extends.
Oh, you got to have the pierogi on top of the pulled pork. That makes it.
There's no other way to do it.
This is one place on earth where you can really eat well. This is the ballpark.
There you go. Look at that.
You get full in a hurry.
There we go.
Andrew McCutcheon coming on. He's got it. Valbuena is out. Final out of the 6th. Cubs get a run on a hit. Looking for more runs. 3-0 Chicago. The 6th inning at PNC Park. The Pens close out a long homestand tomorrow night when they play host to Buffalo at Consol Energy Center. Catch all of the action between the Pens and Sabres tomorrow starting at 7 with Pens pregame on Root Sports. 7 o'clock tilt tomorrow night. Busy month with the Pirates and Penguins crossing over here in April. The NHL season extended a little bit due to the labor situation.
Well, let's get another hit off Jeff Samardzija. He avoids the spear, and that's 13 in a row by the Cubs right-hander. Pirates have one hit. That was the single by Neil Walker, and that's been it. Watch the spear. Right past the mound.
He sawed him right off. Marte 0 for 2 with a walk, and now Jones is also 0 for 2. He reached on an error in the first inning, grounded out to Littlebridge at second in the third, comes with a shift on. Left side of the infield absolutely wide open.
Samardzija in complete control of this ball game at this point.
Jones hits it hard. A diving stop by Littlebridge.
He gets the redeemer. He committed the error on a ball that Garrett hit. He's tried him 3 times. The error, the routine ground ball, and now this is a sparkling defensive play. That ball was smoked. Hit hard. Commits the body and gets the out. By the way, over in the nation's capital, Mr. Strasburg didn't take too much time to dispense with the Marlins.
Did not. 2-0.
They wonder if they'll shut him down. Maybe that'll be all for him this season.
Yeah. It's a thought. Maybe it's crossed their mind. Andrew McCutchen behind 0-1. Touches 0 for 2. He struck out swinging in the third inning. Takes inside. 1-1. And Colorado leading Milwaukee in the 5th, 3-1. And in the 7th, it's the Mets leading the Padres 7-2. One game in the American League going on right now. In the Bronx, it's the Red Sox 5 and the Yankees 2. They're in the top of the 7th.
Samardzija still under 80 pitches. He has been very, very efficient.
That one is on the line. A fair ball, and McCutchen will turn first, and he will head for second. With the Pirates' second hit of the afternoon, McCutchen's first. And now the Bucks with 2 outs have a man in scoring position.
That's what they all want to see. Andrew in motion. McCutchen motion. It's different than other motion. Yeah, the chalk. Oh, the paint, as you described. Look at the AGH cam. Oh, yeah.
And McCutchen had 29 doubles a year ago, and that's his first. And counting this year. Here's Pedro. Foul tip into the glove of Castillo for a strike.
Samardzija continues to show him off-speed stuff. And it's very effective because you get a strike or a swing and a miss on that. You know you got the fastball in the back pocket, and Pedro has to be aware of that. Now they want to talk.
Today's Barrel Automotive League leaders stat. Look at the Pirates leaders in home runs from last year. Catch at 31. Pedro next with 30. Then Jones with 27. Walker and McHenry, all 5 setting new career highs last year. Barrel Automotive, we're driven to be better. Samardzija set for the 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Another soft serve. It continues to be a cat and mouse game because, you know, sometimes you just never do give in, never do throw a fastball, and you got one of the better fastballs, and it gets inside the batter's head. There's 3 in a row. So, you know, Pedro, you can't help yourself. You got to say, am I going to see the fastball after 3 off-speed pitches?
One-two coming to Alvarez.
There's the fastball.
It shows you the individual home run numbers. Last year, the Pirates had 170 home runs. Their Highest total since the 1999 Pirates at 171. 2-ball, 2-strike pitch. Bingo. Bouncing it to Lillibridge. And the Bucks will strand a man. A double from McCutchen, but that's it. On to the 7th at PNC Park.
So Elvis has not left the building, nor will he.
No, he's got no reason to. Busy on the walkway today out by the river. A brisk Monday afternoon for opening day in Pittsburgh. Thanks again, Rob. Again, big story. You mentioned Steven Strasburg shutting out Miami today 2-0, but it was Bryce Harper who provided both runs with 2 solo home runs.
He finished up his spring training strong, getting a lot of production.
Well, those were 2 good back-to-back drafts, you'd have to say, by the Nationals, getting those 2 guys in successive years.
Yeah.
Justin Wilson's 0-2 pitch to Brent Lillibridge, fouled back. It'll be Lillibridge and then Samardzija, then back to the top of the order, David DeJesus. Batting in the Chicago 7th. Cubs get 2 runs in the first on a 2-run home run by Anthony Rizzo. Scored again last inning when Scherholz was hit by a pitch, and Castillo hit a double, and Scherholz able to score.
The rest of it's up to that man. It has been up to that man.
Down strikes goes Lillibridge. He has struck out 3 times. There's 1 down for Chicago.
The fastball out away, like they wanted it in, got it away, still worked.
Samardzija's 0 for 2. He struck out in the second, grounded to third in the fourth. Strike 1. Justin Wilson delivers the 0-1 pitch. It's missed. There's Rizzo, first baseman for the Cubs, with the 2-run homer deep to right center field. The estimated distance of that shot, 438 feet. Got a pretty good fastball from Burnett and caught it just right.
I watched the ball take off, and then I watched Andrew. Andrew knew.
the outside corner. Called strike 3. Got him. MLB.TV is celebrating 11 years. Join the millions of fans and subscribe today. Watch every out-of-market game live, online, on your favorite mobile and connected devices in HD quality with MLB.TV Premium. Visit MLB.TV today. MLB.TV. Baseball everywhere. Back to the top of the order, David DeJesus. He's 0 for 3, has struck out twice. Wilson's pumping in some strikes here in the 7th. One coming to left field. Marte handles it. 2 gone. Now that's 3. And guess what time it is, Steve?
It's stretch time.
It is. It's stretch time here at PNC Park, middle of the 7th on opening day.
Smiley Cookie, and join everyone watching at home on Root Sports as we sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Bottom of the 7th, Gabby Sanchez takes a strike from Jeff Samardzija. Comes with a 3-0 lead. Game's beginning today, and Pirates trying to find a way to solve Jeff Samardzija this afternoon. A.J. Burnett started, went 5 2/3, gave up the 3 runs on 6 hits, striking out 10.
You know, it's not like Samardzija's out of character. He's had very, very good numbers against the Bucs since coming up to the big leagues through the system of the Cubs.
First career start for Samardzija. Gabby pops this one up. Samardzija getting underneath it. Valbuena telling him to get out of the way.
And it should be Samardzija telling Valbuena he's got plenty of room. It all ends well for the Cubs.
Chris Bosio, the pitching coach.
Checking the pitch count. He's edging up toward 90. Last year in that game, that complete game, 120 pitches. And this guy's a stud.
He's the 5th different opening day starter for the Cubs since 2000. John Lieber, Kerry Wood, Carlos Zambrano did it 5 times. Ryan Dempster the last 2 seasons. Dempster now with Boston.
Well, when there's activity in the Cubs bullpen, I'm thinking that 7 might be enough.
Walker fouls it off. He's behind 0-2. James Russell, the left-hander, in the foreground, Sean Camp, the righty.
And when a guy's dealing like this, you don't get people warming up unless they're getting close to have seen enough. And they liked what they've seen. Yeah, let's get him out of there and try somebody else.
Takes ball 1.
He has walked one man. That was the leadoff man in the bottom of the first, Starling Marte. He has been very good ever since.
Walker. Good play by Rizzo. And Rizzo fires a strike to Samardzija covering the bag, but Walker was right on that pitch. Tip of the cap to Rizzo.
That's two real good plays on the infield in a 3-0 ball game. You want to, if you're the Cubs, eliminate runners. And Lillibridge made a real good play on Garrett Jones, and now Neil Walker spanks the ball, and they make another above-average play. And that's the way you want the ball delivered to you as a pitcher when you're running over to first base. Give me something chest high with a little mustard on it. Don't give me the rainbow. I want to get the ball as early as possible, and then I can find the base. And that's exactly what Rizzo did. Well, Rizzo has been a thorn in the Pirates' side today with a home run and then a real good defensive play late in the ball game.
1-1 to Martin. Game number 1 of 162. Game 2. To wait a little while till Wednesday for that one. Deep in the hole is Castro. And what an arm by the young shortstop. He throws out Russell Martin. Pirates gone in order in the 7th. We'll move to the 8th inning. Cubs 3, Pirates nothing. Two hits and no errors for the Pirates. Jeff Samardzija, who's thrown just a little over 90 pitches at this point in time, has been very good for the Cubs. For the Bucks, over the next 5 games, Wandy Rodriguez, he will oppose Edwin Jackson on Wednesday, then James McDonald Thursday, Jonathan Sanchez, who made the club as a non-roster invite. A.J. Burnett, because of the day off tomorrow, gets the extra day's rest, so he'll go ahead of Jeff Locke, who will pitch Sunday in Los Angeles. That's how it'll go for the next 5. Wandy, who did very well in the World Baseball Classic for the champion Dominican Republic team, it's his first start this season.
New Pirate pitcher Jared Hughes. You always know it's him. He's big and he got his game face with him. Bought it from spring training where he pitched very well in Bradenton in the month of March. Justin Wilson can't pitch much better than he did in relief, an inning in the 3rd, clean with a couple strikeouts. But it's getting late. You need to get a couple more zeros up on the board for the Cubs and hit the ball around a little bit. I'm not sure about that outfit.
Yes, if that prevents against the ice cream headache right there. Although on a day like today, I can't imagine the ice cream sales all that brisk. Hot chocolate probably trumping it.
Got a Steeler cap on because it's a Steeler kind of day.
It is. Here's Starlin Castro facing Jared Hughes. First ball swinging, ground ball to Barmas. One pitch, one out in the Cubs' 8th. Today's AGH Sports Medicine Injury Update. Buck's going to start the year with these 3 pitchers on the DL. Karstens, Liriano, and Morton. Morton coming back from Tommy John surgery today. Charlie feels great. Talked to him today about it. He's heading back to Florida. In fact, his flight departs in about a minute. So, injury update brought to you by our friends at Allegheny Sports Medicine, official medical provider of the Pirates. He came in for the introductions and now is flying right back to Florida. Expects to pitch in some extended spring games pretty soon. And Jeff Karstens and Francisco Liriano not going on the long disabled list, the 60-day, but on the 15-day. So that's something that's pretty important. You're not sending a guy out for 2 months. You expect him back.
And you feel like you're gaining ground time-wise with Liriano and Morton, and the question mark is Jeff Karstens. But ongoing issues with that shoulder.
Well, Jeff had some other problems in spring training too. In February, shortly after pitchers and catchers reported, he was shut down for a bit with biceps tendonitis, and then recovered from that. Started pitching in minor league games, was set to make his exhibition game debut, and then the discomfort in his right shoulder shut him down again. He was going to pitch on the final Sunday against the Baltimore Orioles and never got that start. And a strike is called to Rizzo, 3-2. Rizzo homered back in the first. He struck out and grounded out.
Get the call.
Payoff pitch, a bouncer to second base. Walker gets the good hop and throws out Rizzo. 2 men out for the Cubs.
Well, in the big picture, no problem with Pirate pitching. No drastic problem. Giving up 3 runs on 6 hits. No problems with the bats. They've not warmed up yet.
Cleanup hitter Alfonso Soriano.
Let's go, Bucks. Scores a run.
Soriano was an all-star one time as a second baseman. 1-0 pitch. That is just a little inside on Soriano. Got away from Martin.
You got to come up with a nickname for Jared, like T-Rex or something.
Well, I called him Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde last year because he's one of the nicest kids you're ever going to talk to. And then he gets in a game and he performs more like a monster. Look at that look. Look at that snarl. His tongue will be hanging out. His hat's just off to the side a little bit. Not a friendly face right there, but off the field, very. Evens the count at 2-2. Two pitches ago, Russell Martin got the backswing right on the glove.
Ow, on the top of the thumb. Well, at least got the glove, not the bare hand. Look for the bright side.
Full count now, 3-2.
The beginning of the season for a major league catcher, you start getting beat up from day one.
Martin came into camp in terrific shape. He wanted to play shortstop for Team Canada in the World Baseball Classic. Still feels he can play shortstop. Took some grounders there in batting practice a few days ago. And Hughes strikes out Soriano. Terrific inning for Jared Hughes as he retires the Cubs in order. You're watching Pirates baseball on Root Sports. .55. This year, different number, and a tweet comes in. Why did the Fort give up 55? Robbie, you have the answer to that.
I do have the answer. Russell Martin with the Dodgers and the Yankees wore number 55 his entire career. Michael McHenry, knowing that Russell Martin is a guy with more major league experience than him, Michael McHenry received a text from Russell Martin. Unsolicited, never met the guy, went after him, sent him a text, said, hey, here are 3 choices of watches. And Michael McHenry chose Breitling, so he got a Breitling watch for surrendering number 55 and now taking number 19. So a nice gesture from Russell Martin for a guy he's never met.
And those watches aren't cheap.
Well, that's a knockoff. I've got inside information.
Really? You think so?
Got a new second baseman for the Cubs. Gonzalez takes over for Lillibridge.
So Alberto Gonzalez, who took the spot on the active roster of Darwin Barney when he was placed on the disabled list. They had Gonzalez in town just in case they were going to place Barney on the DL today, which they ended up doing. And Jose Tabata pinch hitting for the Pirates to start the inning. Tabata is hitting in the 8th spot for Barnes, and there's Travis Snyder in the on-deck circle. He'll hit for the pitcher Hughes.
Clean work for Pirate relievers to this point.
Tabata bouncer to the hole. Marte just got him.
Big stretch by Rizzo. Big throw.
Starlin Castro with a big throw. And again, showing that strong arm, retiring Tabata.
So close to getting that leadoff man on. That's what you're looking for. Goes deep in the hole on the grass. Gonna have a big shift here. Third baseman Buena going over. Playing what is normally second baseman's position. They leave the shortstop alone.
Travis Snyder doesn't hit too many balls to the left side of second base. First pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. One and 0 the count to Snyder, who's hitting for the pitcher Hughes. And you saw Tabata hitting for Barmes. And the Pirates feel with John McDonald as the backup shortstop, they can bring him in late for defense. And
big glove that he has.
Yeah, McDonald getting ready to go in. He's been a terrific defender throughout his career in the big leagues. Pirates had a chance to get him from the Arizona Diamondbacks and did in a trade during spring training. for a player to be named. And Snyder down on strikes. So 2 gone. And now back to Marte in the top of the order.
Strikeout number 8 for Samardzija, who continues to work on a 2-hit shutout.
Starling Marte is 0 for 2. 103 pitches now for Samardzija. It's in for a called strike.
Does pretty good for a former wideout, doesn't he?
Yeah, not bad.
Receiver for the Notre Dame football team.
He would have been in the NFL.
Yeah, but
he was drafted.
But in the NFL, you get beat up win or lose.
Right.
Now, win or lose here, you don't get beat up.
Well, here, if
saves the body a little bit.
When you pitch here, you get the rest for the next 4 days.
Yeah, but football players get the whole week off.
One ball and 2 strikes. Robbie's got more on Samardzija.
Well, you just mentioned his football career. His first career collegiate touchdown came in his junior season in the opening week of the season back in 2005, and it came here against the Pitt Panthers here in Pitt. Charlie Weiss's first season, Samardzija would become a consensus All-American wide receiver that season, and Charlie Weiss would be the coach of the get the Eddie Robinson Coach of the Year award that year. So unique little connection that Samardzija has. Let's just hope his success in Pittsburgh ends on the football field.
He's doing better than Charlie is these days.
That's right. Well, Pitt plays Notre Dame here again this year. Fighting Irish on the schedule. They play next door. 24-year-old Starling Marte takes outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Bucco left fielder. Marte, one of those guys, Steve, you get the feeling he could be manning left field here for a while.
But you got to see how he handles the major league atmosphere for the full year. Certainly has all the physical capabilities.
He had an outstanding winter league season. He played in the Dominican Republic. He was the MVP of the World Series there. Continued to get at bats. Here's Mark Melanson, newcomer. Pirates got him from Boston in the Hanrahan trade. And down on strikes goes Marte. He's 0 for 3. Pirates gone in order for the 2nd straight inning. We're on to the 9th on opening day. 3-0 Cubs.
Just even talking about it right now, I'm getting goosebumps because I remember how I felt, and I couldn't control my emotions. I remember I had tears in my eyes. I wanted it that much.
You can relive some of the region's most memorable games. New Sirius Sunday Night Classics this week. The Pens clinched their first ever trip to the Stanley Cup Finals after defeating the Bruins in Game 6 of the '91 Conference Finals. Here from Peter Taglianetti Phil Bork, Bob Airy, and Paul Steigerwald while you relive this unforgettable game. Sunday Night Classic, Sunday, 7:30 on Root Sports. 3-0 and time's running out on opening day. 3-0 Cubs. Jose Tabata remains in the game, and he will move into left field. McDonald, the shortstop, and Melanson on the hill. Mark Melanson sees his first action as a Pirate. 41 games last year out of the bullpen for the Red Sox. He went 0-2, but really had some good seasons with the Houston Astros before that.
And you wonder if Mr. Hanrahan will see action at Yankee Stadium with the Red Sox leading by 3 late in their game.
Shot down to McDonald. Johnny Mack whips it over to first base low. Sanchez can't dig it out.
D6.
And Scherholtz is aboard. Not the way that McDonald hoped to start his first chance with the Pirates.
Good pick as this ball was smoked. Got over top of it. The sinker to first.
And Scherholtz aboard with nobody out. And the batter is Wellington Castillo. A pair of doubles today. 2 for 3. Pitch to Castillo. In for a strike.
We hope John McDonald gets a second chance to make a first impression.
It would be nice if
turn a little double play here.
A little bouncer right up the middle, take care of it. Get a 6-3 double play. Another strike issued by Mark Melanson. Carlos Marmol warming up, the closer for the Cubs.
It's a close situation. Mets have put the Padres away at Citi Field, 11-2. A lot of offense. Mets win their opener.
Right-hander Melanson ready. 0-2 to Castillo. There goes the runner, and that is a ball outside, no throw by Martin. Didn't have the handle on it. The Cubs trying to run. And running successfully there.
I guess he couldn't get the handle on it. Don't know whether he just shut down the attempt thinking he didn't have a chance. We couldn't tell the difference there.
Castillo is out. He fouled it off.
He is done.
He was out. Okay. I wonder why he wasn't leaving.
Yeah, he lost a piece of something, a thumb guard off the bat that he had protecting the thumb.
So Melanson registers the strikeout. Yeah, it's a little, as you mentioned, the thumb guard, and oftentimes you don't see it go flying like that. But also when a guy strikes out, you usually will see him leave the plate. He wasn't leaving without his thumb guard.
A little shock absorber for the thumb.
Third baseman Valbuena drives this one to right center. Going back after it is McCutcheon on the track. He'll haul it in. Scherholtz will tag and go from second to third. 2 men out.
He got a good bit of it, but not enough. Andrew tracks it down. Well, you wonder about outfielders throwing in these kind of conditions too, because they'll play a little catch in between innings when they go out to take the field. But well, you're standing there a long time and haven't done a lot of throwing. No infield practice. The field was a mess earlier before the game. Not the field was a mess, but the weather was a mess.
Alberto Gonzalez, the second baseman, now getting his first plate appearance.
What did I say? That this field is a mess? That's sacrilege.
You did say that, didn't you?
This field is Well, we've seen it be a mess just with extreme rain, but you can't really can't say
the field was okay.
Yeah, this PNC Park was never really a mess.
There's our true center field camera, and Mount Troy is protected against all of the elements, right, Troy? He's got his umbrella, he's got his jacket.
Troy Hill.
This is what Troy is seeing through his viewfinder.
The hook.
And Melanson. A good debut and 2 strikeouts. Last wraps for the Bucks. We go to the bottom of the 9th.
Of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Pirates down to their final 3 outs here on opening day, down 3-0. Must have managed 2 hits, a double by McCutchen and a base hit by Neil Walker. Jones, McCutchen, and Alvarez, 2, 3, and 4 up.
Against Carlos Marmol.
Yeah, taking on the closer, Carlos Marmol. Marmol takes over for Jeff Samardzija. Samardzija, who has never pitched a complete game shutout, hasn't given up a run yet, and has struck out 8. So Marmol, in 61 games last year, came up with 20 saves.
20 saves, 38 saves 3 years ago, and the Pirates have had exactly 2 base runners since the first inning. It's been that kind of game pitched by Samardzija. 8 innings, no runs, a couple of hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. Very, very impressive.
And the Pirates have gotten the Marmol in the past. Pitch to Jones is low ball 1. Marmol against Jones. And Garrett will take a fastball in there for a strike. Samardzija, terrific today. Absolutely terrific. 110 pitches, about 9. Just the 1 walk. Marmol gets ahead of Jones 1 and 2. Certainly a day to remember for Samardzija. He had his last start here last year. Pitched a 4-hitter, complete game. And his first start here this year does well. Jones pulls it hard and foul. Pittsburgh's been a good place for Jeff Samardzija, who came in with an 0.82 ERA over his first 22 innings pitched against the Pirates. And now is a pitcher of record of the good for Chicago. Pirates trying to spoil it. Count even to Garrett. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jones is 2 for 10 against Carlos Marmol with a double. Marmol's walked him 3 times, struck him out 5 times. Jones 0 for 3. He's grounded out to second twice. Again, the Cubs employing that shift. 3 infielders on the right side. Gonzalez taking over for Lillibridge in the middle. Here's the 2-2. It is low and the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Marmol has been a mystery man at times. At times he has been completely unhittable. Other times, not the case.
Jones awaits the payoff pitch. And he strikes out. Ball in the dirt, so the throwdown, 2-3 the putout, 1 gone. Make sure to stand by following this ball game. Rob King, Kent Tekulve, standing by for Pirates post game. We'll be doing it right here from the stadium. And Clint Hurdle's comments after the game. His impressions of opening day. The skipper begins his 3rd season at the helm of the Pirates.
At this point, the weather's been the best part of the day for Pittsburgh.
McCutchen takes outside. 1 ball and no strikes. One and 0 the count. McCutchen today with the double. He's 1 for 3.
Got a piece.
Yeah, he got a piece of him. And McCutchen will head down to first. This will bring the tying run up in the on deck circle. Pedro Alvarez will come to the plate next.
No damage. Quick double hit. McCutchen, then the glove.
Alvarez 1 hit in 7 at-bats career against the Cub pitcher. Hoping to change that. This ball 1 down and in. 0 for 3 for Pedro. Struck out. He's grounded out twice. Once to first, once to second. There goes McCutchen for second base. Pitches in for a strike and Kutch safe at second with his first stolen base. McCutchen head first into second base with stolen base number 1.
Big jump.
Alvarez awaits the 1-1. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
You give the speed guys 5 steps, you're not going to get them. And what happens when guys continually get 5 steps, the catchers start rushing themselves. So it's kind of a thing that feeds on itself.
Pedro to center field on a base hit. McCutchen will turn third and he'll head to the plate. Alvarez drives in the run. It's 3-1 and the tying run coming to the plate.
Good at bat for Pedro is, I guess you can't say no, but he shortened up on a swing. It was just a good solid swing. He waited long enough and Basically took what the pitcher gave him.
Center fielder De Jesus did all he could to keep that ball in front of him.
Now it could get very interesting.
McCutchen flying around the bags. He scores standing up, and Alvarez RBI number 1.
Get Gabby to run into one and have some fun.
Sanchez has faced Marmol only 5 times in his career. He's 1 for 5. Ball 1 delivered to the Bucco first baseman.
And, 1 out, and there's still nothing serious, but Marmol is not dominant right now, and you're going to get a visit from Chris Basio.
The Cub pitching coach will come out and talk to the veteran right-handed closer. Now, the Cubs did sign a veteran Japanese reliever, QJ Fujikawa. And Fujikawa may end up challenging Marmol, who is the incumbent at the position. But there are some who say that Fujikawa, who is in the bullpen warming up now, could eventually take over that closer's role for the Cubs if things don't go well for Carlos.
See, this is one of those examples when he is dominant, when he is good, he is very, very good. And we've seen him in these kind of situations where he's struggling and laboring. He's not been lit up, obviously, but he's laboring. And it starts very innocently with kind of just a glancing blow off the upper part of Andrew McCutchen's body, and here we go.
Sanchez checked his swing. 2 balls and no strikes to Gabby.
Pirate fans have not had a chance to get too revved up, but they're feisty right now. Announced attendance of over 39,000, 39,078 announced. And they're looking for something to scream about.
Alvarez delivering with an RBI single, scoring Andrew McCutchen after Kutch was hit by a pitch. And Sanchez will take a strike. Gabby looked good in Florida. He looked good during spring training. Earned an opening day start at first base. Pirates really believe he can get back to that 2011 form that made him an all-star with the Marlins. 3-1. Sanchez representing the game's tying run in the bottom of the 9th with 1 out. Alvarez at first.
Well, this is almost a situation where you can look for a particular pitch, look for a fastball, sit on it, and get it, and do something serious.
And the tying run is aboard. Marmol walks Gabby Sanchez.
Downstairs, going to get a pinch runner. Action.
Josh Harrison's going to run for Sanchez, and Dale Swaim has seen enough of Carlos Marmol as closer. And he's going to the bullpen. So Dale Swaim lifts his pitcher. And he'll try his chances with another reliever when we come back. Hero here. Pirates down 3-1 with one out in the ninth. We go back to opening day 2 years ago, April 1st, 2011. Just the second grand slam in Pirates history. Roberto Clemente had the other one, 1962.
Don't need a slam here, just a 3-run shot.
That's it. Come up with runners at first and second. And why Dale Swaim went to the lefty Russell instead of the right-hander Fujikawa, who's projected to perhaps end up taking over the closer's role for Marmol. Well, he wants to play the odds here and have Neil Walker hit right-handed instead of lefty. Turn him around. And with Walker facing Russell, Fujikawa continues to warm in the pen for Chicago. Walker's faced Russell 5 times. He's 2 for 5 with a pair of doubles. 248 right-handed for Neil last season, 291 while batting left-handed.
Speed at first base, tying run, catch a gap, catch a corner.
Alvarez at second, Harrison the pinch runner at first. Russell's pitch and breaking ball in for a strike. Walker has a hit today, got a hit his first at bat in the second inning. He's 1 for 3. Pirates threatening in the bottom of the ninth of a 3-1 game.
Boy, Josh can get as much of a lead as he wants. There's a way in back.
Nothing in 2 now to Neil. Walker behind in the count. Here comes the 0-2 from Russell. Ball, 2 strikes.
Well, you talk about Dale Swaim wanting the long hairs out there with Samardzija. That's a lot of foliage right there.
A lot of foliage?
Yeah.
Well, Dale doesn't have much foliage himself. Two and 2.
Bob Pickens. Well, it's tough to take 2 strike pitches that are that close. A lot of discipline.
27-year-old left-hander James Russell from Colleyville, Texas, facing Neil Walker from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. To right field, it hangs up for Sherholz. And Pedro gets back. Well, the Bucks down to their final out.
Ball kind of slicing right back to the right fielder. Managed for the defensive man. Right-hand batter slicing it back toward him.
Walker disappointed. And now Dale Swaim will come out and get Russell. And making his Chicago Cubs debut and Major League Baseball debut will be QJ Fujikawa. Tell you about him when we come back. 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. Center year. Go Bucks. It's a 2-run deficit right now with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Fujikawa, who spent 12 years pitching for the Hanshin Tigers in Japan, had a career-high 46 saves one season in 2007, and last year for Hanshin had 24 saves over 48 appearances. His major league debut. He's 32 years of age. And his job here is to try to pick up a save by getting the final out facing Russell Martin. And when you've not seen a guy before, it can be a little challenging. In Russell Martin's case, not having ever faced Fujikawa before.
Well, Russell can make a lot of friends right now. He caught a gap, or better.
0 for 3 for Martin. Big hit in the ball game came in the first inning. Anthony Rizzo's 2-run homer off A.J. Burnett. Cubs got another one in the 6th. Pirates got their run this inning. McCutchen hit by a pitch. Alvarez drove him in with a base hit after Kutch stole second. And Martin will take a strike. There's a lot of Japanese media on hand here today to witness what could have been at the time the major league debut. Now they're seeing it. 0-1 pitch to Russell Martin. And Martin pops it up shallow center. Coming on to Jesus. And the Cubs have taken this opening day matchup with the Pirates by a final score of 3-1. And the first major league save for Fujikawa, as Rizzo has the big blow early in the game with a 2-run shot. His first home run of 2013. Jeff Samardzija certainly a hero today with the way he pitched for Fujikawa. Excited about the way this game ends for him. But the Pirates still have 2 more games to try to take this series, Wednesday night and Thursday afternoon. So Dale Swain gets his first win on opening day here as the manager of the Cubs. 3-1 the final. Let's go check in with our postgame guys, Rob King and Kent Tekulve.
Thank you, Tim.